At the top, an epic Australian band, Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever with French Press. You should, if you get in touch with the boys at Left Field Coffee Roasters, chuck some fat puppy beans into a French press. That'd be pretty cool. And just then, Spirit Blue with Perfect Storm, a pretty TB like coded song.
You like
it's
that?
Kind of like you fed off the indie rock, but you stayed true to your like moody, emotional female singer, washed out, kind of like high pass filters going on.
Yeah, that song's got a beautiful vibe to it. And I'd urge you to go and check out Spirit Blue. There's another song off this album, Desire Machine, that's really cool. And, you know, I do really like the genre. And I think that the artists that I play, you know, you talk about them, they're a bit more moody or washed out, or you want to call it. I just really love the production and the twist on that, and making it a little bit moody through different elements of the production that takes it away from, like you said, the sort of indie rock or whatever we were just on, and to a similar kind of cadence and a similar vibe, but it's just got a little bit of a different feel. And so go and check out Spirit Blue if you can.
We should switch roles. That was really good.
I'll host. Okay, well then I'll keep going with the questions if that's
okay
okay with you.
Like my childhood trauma again?
No, sorry, that was one of the deeper ones, and we'll go back to deep, but right now I want to know about Last Meal. Death row, you've been done unfairly by a group of individuals that want to put you away. What's your last meal?
Wait, can you do that again? I've been unfairly
put away for execution.
Oh, Big USB's heard what I said a few weeks ago.
What you said.
Just like, we need to silence him. We've framed him.
Yeah, he's been Face IDing onto his NAB app for every purchase and every this and every that, and we know he does this.
He's been washing his cash through PTA.
Yes, through PTA.
Corrupt.
All so much of it, and you're going to die, and you get one last meal. What are you eating?
Mate, I talk about this all the time with Samara, and she's just like, well, for entree. And
Samara's your sounding board.
Mate, she's just like, she's my best mate.
Yeah, cool.
And then it's also pretty cool because now she's dating Sam, and then I've got another best mate, and then they all get along with Lauren. It's just like, it's cool. But Samara, like, we have the same music tastes and evidently the same conversational topics. There's this Japanese restaurant that was like pretty cool, not like groundbreaking, called City Tokyo in London. And on one of my trips over there, I found it by accident. I rode from where my host house accommodation was, ended up in East London. And it was like a sashimi board, and then udon noodles. And it was like cheap as, and a Sapporo. And that's what I would have.
That's a great selection.
I think about it all the time.
Yeah, do you? See, I was thinking something different, but now I think maybe converting me to Japanese would be fantastic to go out to.
But that's quite broad, Tom. Like Japanese is an entire cuisine.
Well, do you know what? I'm thinking about samurai.
Yeah.
And same sort of thing. You get some fresh fish. You get a couple little bits of sushi. You get some gyozas, chicken katsu curry, miso. Like, it's that whole experience. You're just finishing. So
your final meal, you've ordered the entire
things.
Restaurant.
Yes.
Sorry, man. Like, I ordered like a set menu piece. Like I've seen that on the thing, and it was just like sashimi.
Yeah, see, I'm expecting a bit for my last meal. It's the last time
I think that's fair to expect, actually.
Yeah. And
I'm being unnecessarily harsh here.
Yeah, you can't
you're gone, man. You're brown bread in 24 hours.
Yeah, and I can't say tacos and pasta, and it's like, no, it needs to stay within the sort of realm of normal, but that's what I kind of would have gone with otherwise, like good Italian. Shout out Inner Sledger, Nadia Rosa,
cutlets,
and the crew.
And it's just like tomato with balsamic on it, like layered with a fucking basil leaf.
Some
and
of
then
those.
And then they've got like cucumber, and they just have so many plates out.
Like,
so where'd all the plates come from?
Some of those beautiful sausages that you talked about earlier.
Yeah, the sausages are versatile.
Those are out there. There's burrata. There's the salad with high vinegar, all acid. You got meatballs and pasta, and you got some cutlets, and they're coming out in an order where it's like you can't. You're putting your hand up like, sorry, I can't. And then the cannoli comes out and the tiramisu, and there's even more room. Sorry, I ended up answering that.
You actually you got quite excited.
I did. It's so good. I think I was
just watching
changing
you,
back.
Then the cannoli.
I think I'm changing
And you
back.
started breathing. Yeah.
Lollies or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Really?
Yep.
Oh. I hear a huge wince over here. What's the go with you, Daniel?
I'm a grown man.
I don't know. I think there's a mood for both. My
sorry.
wince was out of confusion.
Sorry, Dan. I don't know if you've listened to like any of the episode we've just recorded, but it's like one or the other.
It's question time. We ask
And I
questions.
understand
you have to get an
context,
answer.
but as a fence-sitter myself, like, I'm at least answering the questions.
Chocolate.
Thank you.
Chocolate.
Okay, wow.
I can live without
Chocolate's gross.
curing my lolly craving. I can't live without curing my chocolate craving. I feel like it comes stronger.
What are you going for? What chocolate?
I've
are you
graduated to
selecting?
dark chocolate.
Yeah, see, mate, that's
Like I'm
what
an
I was
adult.
going to say. Dark
That's good for you.
chocolate's its own thing.
Same.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah,
well
just graduated last year, so
Congrats, man.
that adds legitimacy.
But if
milk
you're going
chocolate's sweet
if-
and gross.
if you're going to get a milk chocolate bar, which one would it be?
I would say I'd get a Kit Kat or a Chomp, actually, and they're my second and third place. And at the top is the Kinder Bueno. The Kinder Bueno is the best chocolate bar available on the shelf. Like, you'll pay for it, but
Yeah,
man, I'm
you
telling
notice
you,
it, man.
that's top standard texture, taste. It's cool. Originality. Like, who invented that? It's weird as, but it's good. Why? What are you going?
Snickers with the veins.
What's the veins? That sounds pretty intimidating.
Sorry. Oh, some of the staff, some of the PTA staff will understand, especially when we hand them out at the staff party with veins. Yeah, Snickers, man. I think that is just the go-to.
Flake?
Chocolate bar.
Will you hit a flake?
Honestly, well, actually, no. Pause.
No negativity.
Yeah, no negativity, but the flake's not for me.
Really?
Yeah.
So we'll have to do this probably for a content piece at a later date, but we've done a Cadbury favourites lineup. You know, like you get a box of favourites. We did it at Rotto with the McGoverns, Schofields, Sheeds,
Blind
Coles.
taste.
Nah, like, all right, your turn. Give them, like, rank them. You've got them all and you
We-
get them and it's like, right, oh, that's probably there and this is here and, oh, white chocolate,
White chocolate? No.
minty, fucking caramel, you're down the bottom, get out of here. Old gold, yeah, up.
What about the
But-
Moro?
Morrow, see, that's pretty low for me, but that's the beauty
It's kind of
of
like
the
the
exercise.
working man's Mars bar, isn't it? The
Yeah,
Moro?
it's, well, mate, it's the
Moving
the
on. Oh.
okay, am I still, can I keep hitting you?
What's an experience? Oh no, actually, we've already been through them. Biggest influence in your sporting life?
That's a good question. Did you write that or was that in
This
there?
is your question.
That was probably for one of my aspiring guests. Biggest influence in
What a
my
loaded question to ask with like
sporting life.
no preparation.
sporting life, like, and I'm going to do the annoying thing here and give multiple answers. Sporting life, like, you have to go dad, right? Like, dad played rugby league, didn't play AFL, couldn't kick a ball that well, but took me down to the Scarborough Footy Club. He's my dad, always interested in sport. My mum's side are all rugby players, have a long history of playing for the Cottesloe Rugby Club, very proud history.
They are the real Big Shooter House community.
Yes, and my uncle, Mad Dog Lenny Bender, has got a
his
fair
name.
rep down there.
Their
And he's a
name's
serious
Lenny
rugby
Bender.
player, Lenny Bender.
That's probably
Lennox
the coolest
Bender.
name I've ever heard ever.
Yeah, my mum's Danielle Bender. And I know. And anyway, so he's a fantastic rugby player, so was his grandfather. But my old man, I feel like your sport starts with your dad and your parents and your siblings, and then the next obvious one is Nick Euster. We grew up pretty much on the same street. Our mums are sisters. He was 18 months younger than me. We used to just play footy and rugby and cricket just non-stop every day, skateboard every day. That was literally what I did until I was 12. Change the bearings, chuck them in the petrol, just look after our stuff, man, and just rip
Listen
it.
to Good Charlotte.
Yeah, listen to Good Charlotte and Avril, and it was just the absolute best. So they're two two big ones. And you know, my old man walking up and down, he used to wear his coat because he used to work a lot and was a journo. You know, he'd often come and watch footy on a Sunday or whatever, and then take off and, you know, see someone for a bit, write a story, and come back for dinner or whatever he was doing. He lived quite the life, but he'd wear this big coat, and he always had an umbrella, and he's always looking sharp, collar,
like trench coat, kind of like
big
Inspector
trench coat,
Gadget.
yeah, and have his umbrella, and he would just like kind of walk and stick it up and down the far wing of the oval, while, you know, away from everyone, because like now I'm a man, I completely understand. So he's just like probably half hung, like got a headache trying to figure out what's going on next, just walking up and down watching me play footy, and he'd like yell out, you know, as old dads do, like, "Oh, have a crack, Tom."
Go, Tom.
Oh yeah, like, go and get the ball,
Get
mate.
in there for fuck's sake, Tom.
Yeah, pretty much. And like not like, you know, in an over intruding kind of way, but just, you know, once every 5 minutes when he'd realise, like you do when you're a kid and you watch kids sport, you're just like standing looking into the clouds, like no idea.
Yeah.
And every now and then, you know, at a quarter time break, he'd sort of walk up next to me like, "Mate, just go and get the ball, like just get it, man, like go and get it." And, you know, because everyone's just standing around watching it bounce around everyone's ankles, and it takes you to be like, "Oh yeah, I'll actually do that.
I actually should do that."
And then you go and do it and grab it, and all of a sudden it's all done. But they were really two big influences on my sporting life. And then I think I've actually got three people that just pop to mind when I talk about sport and influence, and they are Mark Nikoski. Was my first like proper development coach, and we both grew together on a bit of a journey. We're very very different people and very different footballers when we first met, but like have grown together to have this collective shared view on lots of different things. And he's a really caring, lovely man. I think that's why, like, he looked after me and was hard on me and taught me to do all different things and improve and how to work hard, and you know, and then I probably taught him a little bit about like, "Hey man, get the fuck off me and out of my," you know, like, don't get sooky at me, and all this other stuff, where it was like he just cared so much, and he's like had this beautiful Slavic family, and he was just all in, and I'm like, "Hey man, like, I'm me, like what do you mean?" And so we just have this fantastic influence, and that was the beginning of meditation for me in sport and flow state. And we used to have this little device. I really need to get one. I've been thinking about it heaps lately. You put it on your head, reads your brainwaves.
Or the one where like...
And it plays music in your ears, and it's either a rainy forest or birds chirping. And when you meditate, so we used to have competitions at West Coast. I feel like I've talked about this before.
You have. And I'm like... Jet
Boy.
Jet Boy's
Jet Boy was the king of it. Yeah,
He's half asleep.
He'd just slip into meditation, and even he showed me.
Jet Boy's not winning, man.
No, he was
Come
the
on.
best, man. And he once showed me, being like, "Man, we just keep your eyes open just a bit, like just shut
He had a
your eyes a
Powerpop
touch
stick.
and
Where'd you get
stare." And it was like, and it helped me. Like, the whole journey is to conceptualize what it is I'm doing. Like, it's meditation. Like, what the fuck is that? Who knows what that is? But when you get shown, it's all these kinds of things. It's focusing on something, which Jet Boy was amazing at. You know,
That's Jet Boy.
but sorry, I know you're wanting to ask me the next question because I'm rambling.
No.
I want to finish. I want to finish.
That was it. Yeah, no, totally fair.
Okay.
I wasn't I was just laughing at Jet Boy winning and just kind of shrugging it off.
Jeremy McGovern
Absolutely.
has to play a big role in it, just because we never even talked about really footy that much. It was just like we used to duel, and Scully, we duelled too. He was very helpful. But you know, you do all these positioning exercises, and eventually you just compete, and to the point where you're like, he takes one step that way, I'm taking one step that way, and then seeing what he does, and he'll look at me, and then it's like it's this thing, and you develop it together. So he's certainly had a really big influence on my footy. And then there's one more that I want to mention, who's a current coach of mine, and his name's Adrian Hickmott, and he was the first coach that I had as a backline coach at West Coast, and he developed the
web,
let's call it, even though no one had really ever called it that or heard of it. And he has the most fundamental approach, and I use that question so much. I mean, that word so much, and I want to make sure that it's clear what it means. It's like it is the most, it is the thing that is most primary. And if you can fix that and understand an aspect of that, the two variables of football, let's call it time and space. If you can understand these things thoroughly from the top down, then all of a sudden you can problem solve your way through things. And Adrian Hickmott is just a fantastic coach, and he asks the best questions and only questions, and will never tell you anything to do and just what to do, and just ask you why, until eventually you realise like the answer. And if as a collective we'd watch so much vision together, the back line, and we'd just talk about what needs to happen and problem solve, and then we'd do it. And that's what the web was. And it was like, all right, I'll stand here because that's the space, and you here, and then if you're here and here and here, and then we've got it all sorted. And if this happens, that you do that, and I'll expect that from you. And if this happens, this and this, and we'll wait for that.
Yeah, kind of like a good leader, where he facilitates the growth by like asking the questions and makes you solve it so you're more empowered, kind of like any good therapist would. Correct,
but in a way that's like so different and hard to understand at the start, and like, whoa, this is what's going on here. Like, that's a stupid question that has nothing to do with this, and he's just trying to show you the point. And he's a fantastic coach at West Coast, and just more recently throughout the middle of the year this year, he just like fixed me.
Yeah.
When I had a bad game, and I couldn't quite fully find my form that I thought that I expected of myself. And we watched some vision together, and he asked me, you know, a bunch of questions over like 50 minutes. Why are you doing that? And I'm like, because I've been in the therapy session before with Hick, I'm like, answer just as honestly as I can. Like, oh, because I think that it'll help me to do this. And so why try and do that? Because if I do that, then it helps the teammates around me to do. And then all of a sudden you just realise all the decision making that you're undertaking and the values and the thoughts behind it. And then you're like, well, hang on, that's a silly thought. Fuck, forget that. That's a good thought, but really, this isn't going to help me to achieve that. And just break it all down, and then you arrive on a couple of things. And yeah, I've never really had a coach like it. And when you ask about that, I have to shout out my dad and Euster and the family, but like those three guys, and especially Adrian Hickmott, he deserves a lot of credit. And for me to give him my praise, because I love him and I love those men, and he is just the most unique and cool coach I've ever had. So
I watched the your Hawks documentary, and I thought you were spoke really well on it. Evidently, you also have a podcast that you speak really well on. Hickmott makes people not bite their nails.
Yes.
Why?
Well, it'd be an exercise in self-awareness, I reckon. And that's the whole thing about fundamental. It's like if you can actually become aware of what you're doing on a day-to-day, moment-to-moment basis. I'm chewing my nails, or I've actually stopped listening, or I just give you a response that's not, I'm not listening or talking like to you properly. He works on things that you're like, oh, what's this got to do with footy? It's got to do with performance. It's got to do with awareness. It's got to do with cognition. It's got to do with anything. It could be to do with like your life and having more fun. Like he'd make crew learn the guitar. It could be about anything.
And then he rolls in, and whoever he's like looking after, like say he's looking at, I think he looks after a bit of junior development.
No, so he's the forwards coach.
Yep.
But he just, because he knew me and as a player, he just was like, hey, man.
You come here, Tom, because you're doing the wrong thing, and I'm going to sort it out.
Well,
but
nah.
Like, I'm gonna facilitate an environment where you figure it out yourself.
Yeah. Well, no, you're going to come to me and ask me, and I'm going to
you went to
be
him?
there. Yeah, but like again, it's because
got kicked 5-3 got kicked on me.
I didn't go to him. He went to me.
Yeah.
But he made me think I went to him.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, well, we're going to like stand here and, you know, like what is this? And you're like, oh, okay, well, do you want to watch some Vision? Like, yeah, let's watch some Vision. Oh, should we do? And all of a sudden you're fixed, and it's just like that. And it's like, wow, you're just an unbelievable coach. And you know, I have a lot to owe for him, and he's a really unique, interesting guy. And it's great to know that good teachers, good leaders, don't need to be any kind of certain way at all. They just need to be originally themselves, real, over right, and just do their thing. And it's magical to have that reaffirmed in a very modern way for me through my footy.
Here's 2 tracks. We'll be right back.